open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. So
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day today. So today we are back at the channel with the second part of the practical magic house that I've built. I think 2 days ago I showed you guys the speed build. Oh my gosh. Anyways, today we are furnishing the entire house, and I am very happy to say that the house is all done and ready, and it's now on the gallery for you guys to download. So if you want it, it's under my origin, LoveSimplySim. Go check it out. And there's also a link in the description if you don't want to go into origin or in your game just yet, but you do want to have the house, Mona. Go to the link in the description of the video and check out that. Anyways, we are furnishing the house. I did do the entire floor plan off camera. I mean, floor plans usually take so much time, so I just thought I cut that out. And also a large piece of the wallpaper placement I also did off cameras, just so that you know. So I am playing around with colors here and there, but the majority of the wallpapers on the first floor are already done, and I decided to go with very neutral kind of walls and floors, and then adding in touches of color through the furnishing, which I love. My favorite color of the new season's furnishing is the orange, the purple, and the yellow recolor. But for this house, we are gonna go for oranges and purples. And the reason why is this is a witch house, like I said in the previous part. So these witches that are living here, they are really into fall. Fall is their little, their holiday, Winterfest, or not Winterfest, oh my gosh, Harvest Fest. That is the name. Harvest Fest or Halloween is during autumn or fall, and they just love it so much that they decided to decorate it accordingly for the entire year. I do know the way I furnish this house is maybe not how you maybe like it. I mean, some people will like it, some people will hate it. I just really decided to focus on the seasons. Oh my gosh, the seasons expansion pack for this build. I mean, that is why I originally built this house, to really showcase the seasons expansion pack. So I will be using lots and lots of items from that pack. I'm not going for the Victorian looking items that we have from base game or from the vampire game pack, although I think those items also would look really nice in this house. But this is more of a seasons build, so we're gonna go for a more cozy kind of furnishing. And for me it made sense because, like I said in the previous part, this is a practical magic house inspired build. It's definitely not an exact copy, and the interior I'm doing completely different than the movie house. Just a heads up so that you know that. The only thing that I do take away from the movie house is the kitchen. They have this gorgeous kind of open looking kitchen. I don't know how to explain it, but I do take little elements from that kitchen and I infused it in this house, and I love it. It looks really nice, and I'm hoping that you guys are gonna love it as well. Anyways, what am I doing here? I'm furnishing the formal living room. So this is the living room where you would probably invite over guests. That is also the reason why I added in a bar. I mean, one of the reasons. But yeah, there's a bar in the, oh my gosh, in the not the guest bedroom. Oh my gosh, why is it so hard to talk? I'm so sorry, guys, if I'm sounding weirder than usually and also cannot find my words, but I'm scorching hot. I'm sweating all over. It's 100,000 degrees for my feeling today. It's just too much. And yes, I'm even sitting here in my bathing suit because I just came out of the kiddie pool in the backyard. I just finished off the oh my gosh, my car. I just finished doing my car because we are setting for holiday this night, 3 a.m. and I just finished putting all my stuff into the car. It was such a hassle. It was like playing Tetris with my belongings. I mean, we're taking our clothes, our camping equipment, our fishing equipment, because we are also fishing. So we are going to Disneyland Paris, but we are staying off-site in a camping kind of thingy with a lake. So my husband is gonna go fishing and me and the children are gonna visit Disney. But also sometimes we will go fishing and, you know, vice versa. So that is the whole plan. And I just went and filled in the entire car, and we have a station wagon, a Peugeot 308cc. I don't know if that says anything to you guys, but it's a decently sized family car, and everything fitted in just. It was like just I could just close the garage, no, not the garage, the back clap, the achterklep from my car. I don't know how to say it in English. But anyways, I could just barely close it. But then I did notice that I forgot to put in my air conditioning. Yes, I am taking my own air conditioning with me because I know I'm gonna die if I don't. We do have electricity. Oh my gosh. We do have electricity because we are staying in a caravan. So it's a 2-bedroom caravan, really tiny, no air conditioning. We do get a shower, a kitchen, a water boiler, because I checked I need to drink some tea when I'm there, and coffee, of course. So there's a water boiler, there's a coffee maker, but there's no air conditioning, there's no oven, and yeah, you know what I mean. So I did take my own air conditioning with me, just in case, because I don't want to go insane. Anyways, what are we doing here? We are now in the kitchen. And I love this layout. I mean, look at it. I love how open it feels. It's very spacious. The combination of the brick wall, and then we have like a little pattern in the middle. And then we are using these really old looking stoves. I imagine witches really like these type of stoves. It's just, you know, their aesthetic. I just love this entire layout. So I do add in a cauldron a little bit later on. In little sections of the house. So there will be a cauldron in the kitchen, there will be one in the sunroom, there will be one in the basement. So I'm adding in cauldrons everywhere. So the cauldrons, you can interact with them. I think they illuminate some kind of light or something. You cannot do any magic with them whatsoever, which is kind of sad, but you can always pretend, like I usually do. I pretend that my sim is casting a spell, and then I cheat something in to make it look like she did a spell. You know, that is how I play if I want to do like a witchy kind of, you know, gameplay in my game. But I'm definitely hoping that we are getting witches soon. I mean, there were like multiple polls running on Twitter from SimGuru Grant. I think he's like a producer. And he asked which life state we wanted to see in the future. And you could choose, I think, witches, werewolves, fairies, and imaginary friends. And I think witches won. Second was imaginary friends, if I have that correct. Third was werewolves, and then the fourth was fairies. Or was fairies? No, I think fairies was the second, and imaginary friends was the third. I think. I'm not sure. Anyways, witches won by a mile. And then he also asked for mermaids, zombies, robots, and another thing that I cannot remember, and I know that mermaids won in that poll. So I'm rooting for both. I mean, I actually voted for fairies, and I also voted for zombies because yeah, I don't know. I wanted something different. I mean, a witch is fine as well. I love playing with witches, so it's okay. But I had a feeling that whatever we would choose, witches would come eventually. I mean, witches is something that they would never ever skip on a witch. I mean, not in my opinion. So I thought, why not vote for something, something else, something that most likely would not come in the game. And that is why I voted for fairies, because I have this hunch that they are not gonna include fairies. And I also voted for zombies because, again, I have a hunch that if the people don't want those things, they're not gonna implement them. But witches, they're gonna do it in the game, no matter what. Although mermaids, I'm not sure how are they gonna implement mermaids in our game. I mean, we cannot swim in the ocean. We only can swim in swimming pools. So they need to make the ocean accessible, or lakes, or something like that. And then maybe an underwater world that we can live in, maybe built in. That would also be very awesome. Okay, thinking about it, I'm voting for mermaids. Because an underwater castle like Ariel has, oh my gosh, I would love to recreate that in the game. Although I have never made a castle, by the way. If you would like to see me make one, I will try it, but a castle is a real tough thing to make. I've seen simmers make castles, and usually I am in awe because I cannot do that. I mean, I have tried to make the Disneyland Paris castle. If you went to Paris, it's a really gorgeous pink castle. I mean, Barbie would have loved it. So yeah, I did try to recreate that. Sadly, I failed, but that was like 2 years ago. So now the game is a little bit different. Roofing works a bit different. So maybe I should give it another go. But instead of making the castle, I did make the Disneyland Paris Hotel. So if you are interested in that, go check out that. I will put a link here up in the screen. Do mind, those videos are like 2 or 3 years old, so my editing skill was a little bit crappy. My voiceover were like really boring, but the build itself, I think, looks phenomenal. I love it. I wouldn't change a thing if I would go back. Oh no, maybe the interior. Yeah, maybe I would change the interior, but the exterior looks really good. I'm still very happy with that. So yeah, if you are interested, the link is up here. Anyways, we are moving along into the greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse that mommy would use for all her little witchy, flowers and such. I imagine that she only will grow magical flowers here. So maybe unicorn tulips, or I don't know, fairy magnolias, or is it magnolia a plant? Daisies, fairy daisies, let's call them like that. So I think she would do something like that. I mean, this is a family that only contains of witches. Every family member is gonna have their own little special gift, their special power, and I think mommy has a special gift with flowers and plants, and she's gonna do that all in the greenhouse. So the greenhouse is really her little section. So here, adding in a toilet, by the way, and I don't know if you guys noticed, because here, the bathroom right here, I did split up the bathroom into 2 sections. There is a large bathroom where you can do, your washing. You're washing yourself. Oh my gosh, how do you say that? A toilet, that's it. A toilet and a shower is there. And then on the other side, I added in a laundry room. Oh my gosh, words are so hard. Again, I apologize. Anyways, in the garden, I added in a little bit more bushes and flowers because it was looking a bit empty. And now we are here in the dining room. So for the dining room, we are going for the very long, I think that is from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack table, and then the chairs are from Seasons, and I think that combination is really nice. So that is the formal dining room. They are probably gonna use this room for parties, get together, for Harvest Fest, of course, because Harvest Fest is their Christmas time. It's the time that they spend with family and that they remember maybe everyone that is deceased, you know, to respect the elders and also to have family fun, you know, to remember and such like that. So I think they would do that. And of course, they will have a ground meal to tie it all together. So that is what they would do in that dining room. And then in that little round dining room table that I made on the back, that is for breakfast and such, and just for normal family meals. And then the room that I made on the back of the breakfast nook, because I haven't talked about that, that is more of a study room for spells and such. So the library is more for normal studying, and then the other side where the large cauldron was is more for spells. And then here in the sunroom, I'm also adding in a cauldron because I think I want my Sims also to practice magic here. But here they focus on sun magic, and that's why they are doing it in the sunroom, because the sunroom has a glass ceiling. So sun magic is really, really strong here. My Sims or my witches usually play with the elements. I love to go with that angle. I have that from a movie, by the way. Oh, The Craft. That's it. So I don't know if you have ever seen The Craft. That was also one of my all-time favorite witch movies. I was really big into supernatural movies. So The Craft, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Practical Magic, Charmed, all those things, all those series, all those movies, I loved to watch them. And I'm hoping that with all those witchy kind of movies, I'm hoping that the Sims team is gonna implement a little piece of every kind of, you know, magic. So a little bit as Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so the very funny and whimsical kind of magic, you know, talking toasters and teleporting linen closets, something like that would be really fun. But then also something like The Craft, you know, working with the elements, wind, earth, fire, water, very earth and grounded. That is something that I would love to see, but also something like Harry Potter. So an own little Hogwarts that we could, you know, get our witch children to go to. I mean, they need an education, right? And going to a muggle school, I think is gonna be really hard, because then they need to be homeschooled for magic and also go to a muggle school for learning, you know, reading, writing, calculus, all that jazz. So I think I would have loved to see all of that, all these genres combined into one witch game pack, and then combine it with a university pack, you know, for the Hogwarts that I want. I mean, that would be awesome. Of course, I don't know if they are gonna do it like that, but I can hope and dream until they make it, and then I can, you know, twist it my way. If it isn't really what I want, I can use my imagination to make it, you know, customize it. Or maybe some modders will change it and I will download a mod. Anyways, what are we doing right now? Oh, we are now on the second floor. Oh my gosh, we're going so quickly. So this is the master bedroom. So the bedroom downstairs, by the way, because there is also a bedroom right across the formal living room. That bedroom is for the grandparents. For my story, I am having grandma living at home by her daughter. So this is the house of her daughter. In my game, again, there is no husband. He died because they have this curse, like the practical magic curse, that all their love interests of the family, they die very young. So daddy sadly passed away and mom is left alone. So grandma decided to move into this house and help out, learn the children their witchy ways. And she is more of a darker kind of magic granny. Mom is more of a lighter magic, more earthy, more with flowers and such. And then grandma, she is more of the curses. She loves doing a good old curse on a sim or two. So yeah, that is gonna be so much fun when I'm gonna play that out. So yeah, that is the guest bedroom downstairs. That is for grandma, but of course you can play however you want in this house. You can change whatever you want. It's all up to you. Use your imagination. And if you do change the house, let me know, because I'm really curious. Do you guys play with the house as it is? Do you place it with no furnishing and you furnish it yourself? Or you just change the colors maybe. I would love to hear what you guys do with houses that you get from the gallery or that you get from me. Leave it in the comment section down below. Or if you have pictures, tweet them to me, because I am using Twitter a little bit more than I used to, because I know a few months ago I was really Twitter shy and I just didn't know how to tweet. I was so awkward, and lately I've been having fun on Twitter, so do send me pictures there if you are on Twitter. I would love to see it. So here we are starting with furnishing the children's bedroom. So I did furnish the teen girls bedroom a little bit, but we are going to go back into the teen girls bedroom because it's not gonna stay like it is, and that's why I removed that little piece of footage. I mean, I'm gonna change the layout a bit and also the colors. It's still gonna be dark, but I'm gonna change it. But here we are in the kids girls bedroom. That's more fall kind of theme, and this darker theme is for the teen girl. So this teen girl, as you guys can see, we are going with a very dark color palette, and the reason why is she is more as her grandmother. She is leaning really hard to the more darker side of magic. She is very interested in the dark arts, and she is learning it all from grandma behind mommy's back. And so that's why she's also going with this very dark color palette. But she's also a girl, so I also added in a vanity table because she also likes makeup. She likes clothing. She's a little bit of a vain girl, so that's why I also added in the vanity and a wardrobe, but not that wardrobe. That is gonna change. I don't know what I'm gonna do actually. And I recorded this, I think, yesterday, but I forgot, but it's fine. And I really like this little seating area with the fireplace. I think it looks really lovely. And I'm also digging this very dark color palette. Usually I don't really go for this dark for teens and children in general, but I'm really liking it. And I also like the gnome. I don't know if you saw the gnome. There, the gnome reaper on the dresser. I really like that little touch. And I'm also adding in a violin because that is just something that she loves to do. She can express her, how do you say it? Her witchcraft through her violin as well. It's a little bit of a magical instrument for her. So that's why I also added in a violin. And I also really like when my Sims, play a musical instrument. There's a piano downstairs and then there's a violin upstairs. So that is really nice. You're switching over the bathroom. I wasn't happy with how the layout was. And also I went with this very dark color theme to match the teen girl's bedroom. So the teen girl gets her own little ensuite bathroom, and she's the only one, by the way. Everyone else needs to share the bathroom in the hallway or the bathroom downstairs. But there are 2 bathrooms for the other bedrooms, so I think they will be fine. And I don't think that the children actually want to share a bathroom with the girl, with the teen, because she is really, how do you say it? A little bit snarky to her family members. So they're leaving her alone. So this is the bathroom that everyone is gonna share. I'm going with more lighter colors. I started out with the same dark colors as the other bathroom. I didn't really like it. It didn't fit in with the overall theme of the house. So I decided to go with this orange kind of fall pattern or palette that we have throughout the entire house, and I do really like it. So as you guys can see, into the master bedroom, that was also a very fall colored palette, so the bathroom really fits in quite well. So this is the kids girls bedroom. I added in the new crafts table and also the Llama Scout board. So the girl that uses this bedroom, she is like her mother. She gets her witchcraft, her powers from Mother Nature. She's all into flowers and such. And that is also why she is a llama scout, or in my version of the game, a witch scout. And she goes around, the world, investigating and searching for magical plants and fauna, is fauna a plant? I think fauna is an animal, right? I don't know. Magical plants and animals. Let's call it like that. Don't be too hard with words, Mona. It's too hot for that. So yeah, that is why she went to the witch scouts, so that she can practice her skill with other young witches, and she loves it a lot. So here, adding in... Oh, that light, by the way, that light, so that there are no monsters under the bed. Very important. Adding in a stuffed kitty cat bear. They have a cat. This household has a black cat. He's called Salem. The reason why we are calling him Salem, because I really loved Salem from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. He's a black talking cat. I adored him so much. He was my favorite. He was my favorite character from that series, by the way. I loved Sabrina, don't get me wrong. She is awesome. But Salem really made the entire series just addictive. I love his little snarky and sarcastic remarks. It's right up my alley, because I'm actually a really sarcastic person. You don't really, I don't think I really show it. Also, being sarcastic in English is kind of hard for me, but in Dutch I can manage myself. And yeah, I like being sarcastic, I'm sorry, but that's also the reason why I really loved that series. Anyways, I did skip over the toddler bedroom, if you haven't noticed, but the toddler bedroom is really basic, and that's why I cut it out. Not cut it, Mona. Why do I say my words so weird? That's why I did cut out that piece of footage, because it's just a normal toddler's girl's bedroom with a very pink pastel color palette, but I am including some pictures at the very end of the video if you are interested. But if you are like Mona, I didn't really see the house that great, I am willing to do a house tour. There are multiple house tours actually lined up to record when I come back from vacation. So I still need to do the house tour of the Mother Mansion that I've been working on. That is coming when I come home from holiday. Also a house tour from the flower farm. I also promised that, so that is also something that we are doing. And if you guys want to include this house, let me know through the poll that I will pull up here in the screen. Go vote if you want a house tour of this house, because if there are enough votes, I will do that as well when I come back from vacation. So I will be on vacation from this night, 3 a.m. that is Sunday here in Belgium, till the next Sunday. So I think from the 8th till the 15th there will be no videos. And I'm so sorry that I didn't pre-record. I just couldn't make it happen. Anyways, oh, I forget. Oh my gosh, I forget to talk about the boys' bedroom. I'm trailing off. Anyways, a little quick recap. You just saw me make the boys' bedroom. The boys' bedroom, they focus really on more on fishes and bugs and such like that. There are real boys. They like fishing, they like bugs, but they like to look for the more magical bugs, like a unicorn flying, fairy light. How do you call those things? I don't know. A wasp. A unicorn wasp. They are looking for these type of animals. So that's why I added in all these type of cages and such. No, aren't they cages? I think aquariums, that's it. And then here what I'm making is I'm making the office area. This office area is actually for mommy because they are living in 2018, the current year that we are in now. So technology is really important. So of course they needed a computer. They don't really use it that much, but they do need it for their normal kind of, muggle things. If they need to order something on eBay, they need a computer for that. And they also have a kind of witchy directory on the computer, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, if you have seen that series. And I imagine that they also use it for that. Anyways, we are furnishing the hallways. We are almost done. Yeah, I think we're almost done. Oh no, we're not almost done. We also need to furnish the basement and then we are done. So here I'm just moving all the furnishing a little bit back because I did play test this house and I found out that I couldn't use the fireplaces because the tables were too close to the fireplace. So I did move them a little bit more back, also adding in a chess table there in the hallway because mommy really loves to play chess. And then here adding in the terrain paint that I forgot to do. So now it is all looking finished and I think we're almost done here and we're gonna move into the basement because yes, there is a basement. I just thought that a basement was important for my story. I mean, if you don't use the basement, that's fine. But for me, the basement was important because this is the area that grandma is gonna use the most. This is her own secret kind of lair. I mean, this house that they are living in, that was originally her house. Then she gave it to her daughter. She moved out of the house because it was just too big for her. And she went to like a witchcraft how do you say, elderly home. And then later she moved back to help her daughter with the family. But this is a room that is for her. I don't think that her daughter knows it's here, but the teen girl, she does. And she uses it a lot for her darker magic that she does. And then I also added in a mirror. So if you don't know the story behind it, you're like, why do you add in a mirror, Mona? So in my story, that is a magical mirror. That mirror can tell you the future, it can show you the past, and if you are really skilled, you can travel through time. Of course, the mirror doesn't really do that in your game, but for me, for my gameplay, for my storytelling, I like to imagine those things. And that's why I added in the mirror. But if you don't use it that way, which you probably won't, that's fine. Then you just have a really nice looking mirror there. And I also added in a cauldron because they need that for, their curses and spells that they're gonna do. For their mischievous ways, they needed a cauldron. And then also making a little seating area with the world globe. You guys know I'm obsessed with the world globe from Vintage Glamour. And grandma, she likes to drink, a vodka or a whiskey now and then. And of course, she needed a world globe here in her secret little lair. So yeah, that's basically it. Just adding in lighting everywhere and then also some books. And I think we are almost done with the video. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this voiceover and this overall house building series. Let me know in the comment section below the video what you thought about it. I enjoyed building this so much. So if you have any suggestions of movie houses or celebrity houses, you can also suggest. I'm still running that series. I am starting that up. But if you have any movie houses that you want me to focus on, let me know in the comment section below the video and I will try to look them up and see if I can manage to make them. Keep in mind, my skill set is not that high, so I cannot make everything, but I can definitely try to make it. And if I fail, I fail. I mean, like with Chloe or the was it Khloe Kardashian? No, Kourtney Kardashian's house. I really failed and I didn't post it. So anyways, we're at the end of the video. Leave your likes if you liked the video. And if this is the first video that you are seeing from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So I'm hoping that you guys are gonna have an awesome day, an awesome week when I'm away. And hopefully we will see each other again in the next one. Bye bye!